Hey everybody, welcome back to another live trading video. Today I'm trading the Dow or US30 and I am long as of just recently after price pulled back to a level of support. Now what you can see here, this is my order. So I'm on a real account, but I have to add some clarity here. As a US trader, I can't trade US30 on regulated FOREX brokers. And I like to trade with FOREX regulated brokers for FOREX, for indices, whatever I'm trading, because I don't like the idea of parking a lot of money in offshore brokerages. So I don't do it. I trade on regulated entities. So I can still trade the Dow, the US30, I just have to do it on the stock market. So that's why you see the symbol DIA, but it is the same thing as US30. In fact, they move exactly the same. Also, just for context, this is what my Webull account actually looks like. So if I go into my portal, I can see my positions and such here. You can see it's a little bit different than just US30, but a lot of the same, or the actual underlying asset is the exact same, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I'm looking at US30 and I wanted to break down this chart for you so that you can understand why I took this trade. So I just picked it up long. And again, my position is right here in case you want to check it. It is pinned on the screen so we can just kind of keep an eye on it. And what I'm doing here is I'm looking for a pullback here after this really strong run up. I want to be part of the action. So we pulled back into the 38.2% retracement zone. You can see I've drawn my fibs from the swing low where we started this really strong rally and we pivoted off the high here. So after that pullback, I've been wanting to get in on the action and I picked it up on the 38.2% retracement. Nothing crazy. What I'm doing here is I'm risking, in terms of a percentage amount, I'm risking 1.5% of this number right here, the market value. I bought 80 shares of DIA, which is $26,800 worth, and I'm risking about $400 to $500 on this particular trade.
Hey traders, would you like some help with technical analysis? Well, lucky for you, we're giving away a free technical analysis guide. That's right, completely free. It's an entire guide all around technical analysis. The guide includes subjects like support and resistance trading, MACD indicators, trend lines, candlestick pattern trading, RSI indicators, and much more. So make sure to click the link in the description, fill out that information, and we'll email you a technical analysis guide right away.
So there you go. That's the breakdown in terms of technical analysis. Not much more than that. We've been putting in higher lows. We've seen this market start to trend well. And on this dip retracement today, I'm basically looking to get long and hold this thing actually over the weekend. The equities market rallied recently on some fundamental news that was really awesome, which was, of course, the inflation number, the CPI number coming out on Thursday, yesterday at the time of making this, came out at 7.7% year over year inflation, which is high, but it's a lot better than the forecasted 7.9. So when the market saw that we came out at not 7.9, but rather 7.7, lower inflation gave way to a huge rise in stocks. Now I had some other positions that I closed out for profit during this time, but on the retracement, I actually sold some of it. And now I'm looking to pick it up long again, this time trading US30. So there's the trade. That's why I'm in the trade. And now let's break down the edge finder component as well. And I'll see if I can find a spot for this. We'll put this right here. So here's the edge finder. And the edge finder is giving us a +4 on the US30, which of course is going to add some bias. Oops, my green screen is actually showing. Hold on, let me fix my green screen.
How embarrassing.
Okay, we're back inside the computer properly now. Okay, so we're looking at US30 and we get a +4, but what does a +4 actually mean? Well, let's break it down piece by piece on why I actually wanted to pick up this trade long. So if we take a look at the score, +4 overall, retail sentiment here, +1. Why do we get +1 in retail sentiment? Well, there's a lot of short interest on the Dow. Okay, so if the crowd is going short on this thing, that gives me extra confirmation to actually get long. If we know that the crowd tends to be wrong and they're short on this thing, I'm looking to get long. So it gives me a +1 in that category and adds towards our bullish bias. Seasonality, the month of November and December actually by that token, is historically a positive month for the Dow or the US30. Trend reading, we have a strong upward trend. That's pretty obvious, at least from what we went over technicals. GDP growth and inflation are actually positive for the US30. So let's discuss this. We can see the bias rating here as bullish for both of those categories. GDP growth is rather obvious. We had a growth in GDP recently showing the economy is still relatively growing, it's still strong, and so that could be good for stocks, right? And we take a look at inflation coming out at a less than expected, a decline, and bringing us into that bullish category as well, as we just discussed. Then we have unemployment, which unemployment was on the rise in the most recent reporting, not great for stocks. Interest rates on the rise, not great for stocks either, but the good seems to outweigh the bad, which is why I took that trade here as we speak. Now, that's the full trade. That's the breakdown. I hope you understand this is how I find my trades, how I take my trades. I use a combination of the edge finder and price action to pick up those positions. So if you enjoy this sort of content, then stick around because we're going to watch the trade start to finish. I'll pause the video and we'll come back once things get going a little bit further. All right, guys, just a bit of an update here on my US30 trade. We did, in fact, finally break through the highs here. So the highs being put in right around this 33,930 level on the US30. And now on my position, if I show you guys this really quick, here is my current trade. And I've actually moved my stop loss up a little bit into profit. So at this point, I no longer can lose money. And over here, you'll see the open profit and loss. I'm currently floating around 470 bucks as we trade above the previous high, which is a great spot to be in. I've just updated this inside of the group for members. So we are currently locked in on this trade with a stop loss in place. So again, can't lose any money at this point. And if this thing does decide to turn around, if we do decide to break back underneath this level of support, we can actually mark this as support now. If we do decide to break back underneath here, I'll be taken out for a stop loss and make some profit on this trade. But the ideal scenario here would be to actually catch a bit of a runner. We've closed above significant levels of resistance, and we're seeing a nice overall upward trend on the Dow. So what I'd like to see here is, even if it does retest this area, I don't want to see it break back into this consolidation, because that could just lead to more time going back and forth, or perhaps even a reversal. But if this does decide to continue to stay above support, I'm going to continue to hold it, and we'll see if we can capture some higher lows and higher highs going into the next few days. So with that, I'll pause and we'll continue once things move a little bit further on US30. All right, guys, so here is a final update on the US30 trade that I currently have open. I'm actually just about to close out of this trade. We can see, we'll actually come back to the technicals in just a second, but basically we're breaking through this support level. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out of this trade preemptively. I am currently going to just go ahead and go on this thing here. Let's just close position, close by market order, and we are all out. So the trade is done there. We only brought in about $230, $220. So ultimately a little bit of a disappointing overall result. I mean, of course we still made money, so that's a great result. It's better than losing money, but just didn't see this thing hold the way we were hoping to. As it started to break through the top of this area, it briefly poked above our previous resistance zone that we had marked off the higher time frames on the daily chart. But with this rejection here, I'm just gonna go ahead and close this, as this looks quite sketchy considering we're still in what I would consider a very challenged market this year in the equities world. I'm just going to take my profit and be happy with that. In fact, I think I might get a chance to re-enter this thing. Should we start to see price action begin to go bullish again, I will probably look to go long US30 or perhaps another one of the indices. But for now, with this break of the trend line, break of support, that's enough evidence for me that I just shouldn't be in this trade anymore. I'll take my profit and I'll move on. So happy with that result, even though it wasn't the full, $700 or $600 that I was floating at the peak. We'll still take it. We'll move on and live to trade another day. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new. I do live trading videos all the time where I'm showing real accounts, real trading, and it's something I think is not super common on YouTube, and I would really appreciate your support. If you want to watch more, again, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. It looks like you made it to the end of one of my videos. Thank you so much for supporting my content. It really means the world to me. And down below in the description, I put together some of my best resources for aspiring traders who are looking to improve. I've got some free downloads that could help you, some broker recommendations, and if you'd like to join our Discord or get access to some of our trading software, all of that will be linked down below in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.